So I went to rugby for the first time today, and it was an experience.
Torn down, full of aching. Somehow, our youth would take the blame. Worn out, the way we let it stay. Taught how to celebrate it all out. I'd replicate your pain, climb down, if only for a taste.
So I did my first presentation of grad school today, and I had a 10.5-hour day yesterday, and I think an 8-hour day today. Yo girl is exhausted. But regardless, if anyone wants to learn about state representation of crises and how states respond to those, I'm your girl. Literally, I kid you not, I had the worst tube experience today that I've ever freaking had. So I had a 9 a.m. class today, running late to the tube. I was gonna walk, then it was pouring rain, so I was like, probably better not. So I go to tube, everyone kind of weasels their way in, so my station's really busy. So basically, you kind of queue behind the open doors of the tube, the people get off, and then the wave kind of moves up. So you get on in layers, and it usually takes a couple tries. And so finally, I've been down there for probably 10 minutes. I know I'm going to be in the next wave. The train's about to leave, but instead of leaving, the train sort of just shuts off. And then someone comes up with a loudspeaker saying that there is like something happening at the next station, so the trains aren't going to be moving for a couple minutes. And I'm like, great, looking at the clock. I literally have 30 minutes to get to my class. But anyway, finally the train takes off, and then it's time for the next train to come up. Next train comes up, all the people get off, people shove into the next carriage, and I barely weasel my way on. I'm literally pressed up against this poor man's stomach. I've like weaseled my way right into this train because I'm like, I'm not missing this one. And then again, we're about to take off. I'm like hanging in, like tucking into the corner so tight because I know like when the carriage doors close, it's probably going to catch my backpack unless I'm like really in there. So I'm packed like a freaking sardine. And then again over the loudspeaker, they're like, this train isn't going to be leaving because someone on the train in front of us pulled the emergency lever. So basically, it's kind of like the fire alarm switch. Like, you have to open the flap and like pull it, and like we've all seen Polar Express, so we know exactly where that's going. Everything comes to complete standstill. Like, I don't know if it's just Central Line or if it's all the lines in general that intercross with these stations, but the tube line shuts down, and I'm like standing there dangling out of this carriage, dangling out of this car, and I'm like, crap, literally, it's hot. First of all. Second of all, I'm running late. And third of all, I'm like crammed into this poor man. There for probably 7+ minutes, and some people decide that they want to start getting off because this just isn't worth it anymore. And so, of course, they have to go through me because I'm the person on the edge, right at the front of the doors for the carriage. And so I have nowhere to go. So where do I have to go? I have to get off the train, to be able to let these people get off as well. So I hop off, let the people out. I'm about to hop back on. This woman hops on the train, takes my spot, and this is the apt moment where the train kicks back on and they announce that the doors are going to be closing. Your girl was not about to let this happen. I shoved my way in there. So literally when I have been like this packed up in between these two people, like totally in this guy's personal space, imagine 2 people in that space now. But I was not about to let this train leave without me on it. And so literally I went 4 stops like that, and then I finally got to Holborn Station. But this morning was just not my morning when it came to the tube, and Central Line, you did me dirty. Also, I don't think I ever fully went into detail about something that I decided to do this week. So this past Sunday, I decided to try something really different, something really new. I went to rugby practice for the LSE women's rugby team, and let me tell you, this is a whole new level of different for me. I grew up doing swimming, individual sport, non-contact, so for me to go into a team sport in that sense of the word that's 100% physical was a lot, to say the least. Basically this practice, I went from learning how to fall to freaking playing a scrimmage match. Literally, I was playing a rugby game at the end of this practice, and I don't even know the rules to rugby. Basically, I didn't have cleats. They call them boots here, so I didn't have boots. I didn't really know the rules to rugby. I've never done anything like this before. I got my butt handed to me, and let me tell you, I got tackled. I was being tackled, literally being tackled, and I was tackling people, but I got hit so hard one time that my feet like kept going when I hit the ground, and I like almost went head over heels, literally. But I am so covered in bruises from that experience. It was a great experience, believe it or not. It was really good. I'm really glad I did it. They're all lovely ladies, lovely girls. But oh my gosh, you guys, rugby is a whole nother level. But in conclusion, I'm really just glad that I did it. I'm really glad that I tried something new, and I think this time in my life, especially with me moving to England, going to grad school, living on my own, starting a YouTube channel, literally all of this is just me trying to stretch myself, because believe it or not, I'm not a person who enjoys change. I don't do well with change. I like familiarity and things like that. So I'm really just trying to stretch who I am as a person and go for anything and everything, and so far it's been a really good experience. But I can tell you that I will not be joining the women's rugby team for LSE. Also, looking back at the video of me right after I finished my rugby session, I was like, yeah, it was really fun. It was just really intimidating. Girl, no. Every time I look back on my experience at rugby, I like low-key get anxiety about like never wanting to do that ever again.